What's going on, guys? And if you are watching this video, congratulations on your new Galaxy Z Flip 5. You came to the right video because today we're talking about all the first things that you need to do as soon as you get your phone. Now we have a lot to cover, so let's just jump right into it, starting with the new cover display. So as you've noticed, of course, the thing that sticks out the most, we get a nice new 3.4-inch display, and we can do a lot more with it. And the first thing you should do is customize it. So what we're going to do is flip our phone open. We're going to unlock it. Then we're going to go into our phone settings, scroll all the way down to the bottom and tap cover screen. And right here at the top, you can select a different cover screen. So you can scroll through the ones that are available to you, or if you want something else, you can tap add new, and you can see that you have a whole bunch of options here. You can choose from the featured ones. You can choose any picture from your gallery to put on there, and you have all of these different options. So just go through here and select whatever cover screen you want. I'll just select this one for now, and then we're going to tap done. Next, we're going to go down here and tap on widgets, because it's the widgets that really make the cover display so powerful and useful. So just go through this list and add any widgets that you want to your cover display and remove anything that you don't want. So if you, for example, like to watch stocks and you're into finances, you can enable this one and you'll get a nice little stock tracker directly on your lock screen. And then you can go up here, tap on reorder, and you can reorder these widgets in whatever order that you want. I'm just going to leave these default the way they are, but definitely go ahead, go through here and set this up to your liking. Now, what's really amazing is Samsung actually allows you to run certain apps directly from your cover screen. So if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see that this is currently a labs feature. So not everything is going to be compatible with this, but if you go into here, then all you got to do is enable this feature that says apps allowed on cover screen. And now we're going to turn this on, and you can see here are some compatible apps that we have on our phone that we can actually run directly from our lock screen. And so this definitely takes it a step further. And the fact that we have such a nice big cover screen this time, it really makes using these apps and interacting with these apps and widgets so much better. So if we go over, you can see we added some new widgets in here. So we should see our financial widget in here. So there you go. We can see we have our little stock tracker right there. And if we keep scrolling, you'll even see those applications that we added. So let's say maybe we want to watch a YouTube video, just tap on YouTube, and now I can tap on any video and I can watch it directly from the cover screen. And you can hear that the sound is coming directly from the microphone on here as the video is playing. Such a really cool feature. All right, guys, the next thing you absolutely have to do on your new Galaxy device is to sign in to your Samsung account. And you can see it if you go to your phone settings right here at the top. If you're signed in, you'll see your email. But if you're not signed in, just tap onto here and it will ask you to sign in or create an account. It's really important that you do this because it will give you a lot of really important features that will improve your experience using your phone, like access to private share, access to the Galaxy Store, to cloud storage, to Samsung Pass, and of course, Find My Mobile. So in case you ever lose your phone or your Galaxy Watch or any other of your Galaxy devices, you'll be able to use Find My to find your misplaced or stolen device. And you will need a Samsung account to have access to this. So definitely make sure that you set one up. All right, guys, the next thing we're going to do is make the phone faster. So to do that, what we're going to do is go to our phone settings, scroll all the way down to the bottom, tap About Phone. We're going to go to Software Information, and then locate your build number and tap on it 7 times until you see that developer mode has been enabled. Now we're going to go back to the main settings page, scroll down to the bottom, and you see this new option called Developer Options. Tap into here, and then at the top, you'll see this little icon for search, and search for Animator Duration Scale. All right, so right there, you can see we have window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. What you want to do is go into each one of these and set it from 1x to 0.5x. And what this will do is double the speed of your phone's animation. So anytime you're leaving or opening an application, all of these animations are going to be twice as fast. But if you do want to disable it completely, what you can do is go to your phone settings, scroll down to accessibility, tap on visibility enhancements, and then go down here and you'll see a toggle for remove animation. So you can remove this completely. And now you can see when I close out of apps like Instagram, YouTube Studio, TikTok, you can see that it just pops up and then gets removed immediately from your screen. So there's no more animation. So definitely set this up the way you like it. Again, I prefer having a little bit of an animation. So I'm just going to go back into my accessibility settings and disable this and leave it at 0.5x speed. The next thing we're going to do is change something that everybody hates. So if we long press our power button, by default, what it will do is bring up your Bixby assistant. Everybody hates Bixby. So what we're going to do is change this to bring up our power options instead, so we can restart or turn off our phone. So what we need to do is go to our phone settings, look for advanced features. Right here, you'll see side button. We'll go into there and change this from wake Bixby to power off menu. So now when we long press our power button, you can see we get the option to power off, restart, or make an emergency call. call. Now, one of the main attractions of a flip phone is the fact that it flips. And just like in the old days when you used to flip your phone open and put it to your ear and start talking right away, you can get that really cool nostalgic feeling here as well. But by default, it doesn't behave like that. So if you want to answer your phone when you open it, what you need to do is tap on your phone app right here, tap on the three dots here, then go to settings, tap on flip options, and then right here you can see it says open phone to answer calls. You want to enable it. So now anytime you're getting a phone call, all you got to do is flip it open, put it to your ear, and start talking. All right, guys, the next thing we're going to change is the grid. And the grid is what allows you to set certain amount of applications on your home screen. So what you need to do is tap and hold on your home screen, or you can also pinch on it like that. Oops, pinch on it like that. And then you need to go to your phone settings right there. And at the top, you'll see we have home screen grid and app screen grid. So you can go into here. By default, this is set to, I believe, 4:6. So you can see that we have less applications that we can fit on our grid. But if you want to fit more, what you can do is set it to 5:5 or 5:6. And you can see how many more applications can fit on the screen just by changing these around. So definitely set this to the way that you like it. And then once you're done, just tap done and you'll have your new grid and you can move all of your applications around and set it up the way you like. All right, next we're going to go back into our phone settings. We're going to go to display. Now by default, when you get your phone, it is going to be set to light mode. But because these are OLED displays, if we enable dark mode, any part of your screen that's completely black, like you can see between all of the settings, everything that's completely pitch black, the pixels are actually off, they're disabled, and that means that your phone is using less battery power to power your display. So not only does dark mode look much better, but it also serves as a battery saving feature. Now, unfortunately, there are some apps that don't support dark mode, but what you can do is go back into your phone's settings, scroll all the way down to the bottom, go back into developer options, and in the search bar type force dark, and you'll see this option for force dark mode. If we tap on that, it'll bring us down to the option. And now what we can do is enable this, and you can see it says force apps to use dark mode even when they do not fully support dark mode. So this is really up to you. If you like dark mode across the board, you can enable it, or if you want to allow the apps to look the way they're supposed to, you can leave this disabled. All right, next we're going to go back into our phone's display setting, and we're going to scroll down to motion smoothness. And now you're going to make a decision whether you want high refresh rate or if you want longer battery life. So if you want that 120 hertz smooth display and you really like when your phone is nice and smooth and everything looks really beautiful, you're definitely going to want to set this to adaptive. You can see it will go up to 120 hertz. But of course, that's going to use a lot more battery than if you are using 60 hertz. So if you prioritize battery life and you don't really notice that smooth refresh rate, or maybe you just don't care about it as much as you care about battery life, go ahead and select standards. So go ahead and make the decision that's right for you and then hit apply. Next in our display settings, we're going to go to screen mode, and here you can have a choice between vivid and natural. So if you like your display to be a lot more saturated and have the colors pop, you can select vivid and you can see exactly how, everything will look by these sample pictures right here. But if you're somebody who maybe does photo or video editing on your phone and you want the colors to be more accurate, you definitely want to set this to natural, and that's just going to give you a more natural, realistic look. So you can just juggle between these and see the difference between the two, and go ahead and set this up to the way you like it. But next we're going to go back to display, and we're going to tap on font size and style. So in here, you can change the actual size of your font. So you can see if you make things bigger, so maybe you don't have the best eyesight or you wear glasses, you can see that you can make all of your font a lot bigger just to make it easier to see. Or if you like it to be smaller, obviously you just drag this the other way and make it a little bit smaller. And then here you can go to font style, and you can change the style of the actual font on your phone's system. So you can change between these two, but if you want more, you can even download fonts and have some really funky looking fonts if that's what you want. I'm just going to leave it at default, and then we're going to go back to display settings, and we're going to scroll down to the bottom until we see navigation bar. So if you are somebody who likes the navigation buttons, you can enable them here. I believe by default they come with the actual navigation buttons. I do not like navigation buttons. I also don't like the fact that they actually take away from your screen real estate. You saw how the screen shrunk a little bit. So what I like to do is select swipe gestures. I just think they're a lot easier to use. And you can even see how it made the screen a little bit bigger. So you gain some screen real estate by enabling swipe gestures. But next we're going to go back into our display settings one last time, and we're going to look for something called touch sensitivity. So if you're somebody who uses a screen protector on your phone, you might want to enable touch sensitivity, because what it will do is increase the touch sensitivity of the screen for use with screen protectors. So turning this on will make your screen a little bit more sensitive to register all of your taps. All right, guys, now what we're going to do is go back into our phone settings, and we're going to scroll down and look for the lock screen section right here, and we're going to enable always on display. So I know that always on display isn't as important on a flip phone, because typically your phone is going to be flipped closed when you're not using it. But if you still want that always on display, you can see that by default it's off, and if I lock my phone, there is no always on display. And if you ever leave your phone kind of just face up and you want to see the time or any notifications, you can go ahead and enable always on display. And now you can see that when we lock our phone and we give it a second, you can see we have that always on display right there, and we can see the time, we can see the date, any events or notifications, and of course our battery percentage. All right, guys, moving on to the next thing, we're going to set up some motions and gestures. So this is a really cool feature that Samsung has on their phones. So we're going to go into our phone settings, scroll down to advanced features, and then right here, you'll see motions and gestures. Tap into here, and then go ahead and select whichever motions and gestures you want. For example, double tap to turn on screen and double tap to turn off screen. I really like this because instead of having to pick up and, press your lock button, you can just tap on your screen to lock it or unlock it. And another good one in here is keep screen on while viewing. So what this is going to do is, let's say you're reading a long article, or you're on your browser reading some kind of web page, or you're just looking at a photo for a long time, but you're not actually interacting with your screen, you're not touching it. Your phone after a few seconds will dim and get ready to lock. So instead of having to constantly tap on your screen to keep it awake, your phone will use the selfie camera to see that you are looking at the screen and interacting with it and keep it unlocked. You can also enable palm swipe to capture. So if you swipe your phone with your palm like that, you can see it will take a screenshot. You can mute with gestures. So if you're getting a phone call or you're getting some kind of alert or notification, you can actually flip your phone over to mute it, or just put your hand over it like this and it will mute the call. So definitely a lot of really interesting stuff in here. Go ahead and read through this and select whichever ones you like. All right, next we're going to go back into our advanced features settings, and we're going to go to labs. And in here you can enable this feature that says multi-window for all apps. And what it says is allow all apps to open in pop-up view or split screen, including apps that haven't been designed for these layouts. So there are certain applications that you can't use in pop-up view or split screen, but if you enable this feature, it will force those applications to be able to use split screen. So if you like to do a lot of split screen multitasking, enabling this is definitely a feature that you're going to like. Next, we're going to go into flex mode panel, and we're going to enable this feature. And what this is going to do is it says keep an app open on top of the screen and get additional controls on the bottom of the screen. So to show you what this looks like, let's say we go to the browser, and you can see I'm on the Wikipedia page for Elon Musk. Now, if I fold my phone up, you're going to see that we're going to get this little feature right there for flex mode. And if I tap on it, now you can see that we get this little touchpad right here, and you probably can't see, but if I tilt my phone up, you can see we have a cursor. So now we can use this bottom of the section like a trackpad, and we can browse around the web. So it's definitely really cool. You can even take a screenshot, you can bring down your notification panel, or you can open up any other application on your phone. So if you want to open up Reddit on the bottom, you can do that, and now you can use both of these applications at the same time. So definitely a really cool feature. All right, now for this next setting, we're going to improve our video quality when watching shows or any movies or media on our phone. So we're going to go into our phone settings, we're going to scroll down to advanced features, and we're going to go over here to video brightness. And you can see that right now it's set to normal, but we can set this to bright. And what's going to happen is every time we watch a video through any of these applications, it's going to temporarily increase the screen brightness and make the colors more vibrant when you watch videos. And you can see the list of all the compatible applications on here. And then when you get out of those applications, it will revert back to normal just to save on battery life and dim your display a little bit. So definitely a really cool feature if you like to consume a lot of media. Now with better video, we also want better sound. So if we go back into our phone settings and then we scroll to sound and vibrations, then we're going to go down here to sound quality and effects, and you're going to see an option for Dolby Atmos. This is disabled by default. So if you want the best audio quality while you're watching videos or even while you're gaming, definitely go ahead and enable these. Now there's nothing more important than security. So the next thing we're going to do is go back into our phone settings, scroll down to security and privacy. And then right here, we're going to tap on app security, and you see there's an option here for device protection, and there's a little exclamation mark here because it's off. So we're going to tap onto this and we're going to turn this on, and we're going to tap turn on. And what this is going to do is enable the antivirus that's built into your phone to help you protect your phone from any bad applications that you install, just to make sure everything is nice and safe. And it will run this on a daily basis just to make sure you're secure, but you can even tap on it and run manually. And you can see what it's going to do is scan my phone and go through all of the applications that are installed on my phone and make sure that there's no malware or no bad applications or anything on my phone that is a security threat. And there you go, you can see the scan has finished and there are no threats found on my phone. Do keep in mind though that this isn't available on all phones. It depends on the region or what carrier you're with. I know some people just don't have device protection built in on their phone. My phone is directly from Samsung unlocked, so that's why I have it. But again, depends on your carrier or what region you're in. You might not have this option. And while we're on the topic of making things better, let's make our camera better, because these cameras can shoot 4K video, but by default, if you go to your video camera, you can see that it's set to full HD 30 FPS, and that's only 1080p. So if you want to shoot 4K video, you need to select UHD from here. We have 4K 30 and we have 4K 60 FPS. And keep in mind, if you change these settings, let's say we do 4K 30 FPS, if we exit out of the camera app and then we go back into the camera app, we go to the video tab, you can see that it preserves those settings. So you will always shoot 4K 60 FPS. And keep in mind that this can fill up your storage faster because these are larger files. So make sure that if you ever change anything up here, you remember to change it back, or just keep in mind that if you increase, the video resolution is going to take more storage space. So go ahead and set that up. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is improve the look and feel and accessibility of the things in our quick settings right there. So you can see when we scroll down once, we have these quick icons right there, and we have these buttons right here. But if we scroll down again, now we have the control to our brightness bar. But I like this to be available when I scroll down just once. So to do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna scroll down again. We're gonna go to these three buttons right here, tap quick panel layout. We're going to tap brightness control and select it to show always. And now watch what happens. Now, if we scroll up, we scroll down, you can see that the brightness bar is available right there. Now, also we got these device control and media output buttons. I don't want these here, so we're going to get rid of them. So swipe down again, go back to these three dots, quick panel layout. We're going to go to device control and media output buttons and just select don't show. Tap done, and now you can see our interface right here looks nice and clean. We have our brightness bar and those buttons are gone. But while we're in here, I'm just going to ask you guys to go through and organize these quick settings to your liking. So you can see we have our Wi-Fi, sound, flight mode, our flashlight, power saving mode. You can scroll over. We have all of these buttons. There's a lot to cover here, and you can even tap plus to go through and see all of the other buttons that are available that aren't included by default in your quick settings. So if you want wireless power share, you can just tap and hold on it and drag it into your bar, and now it will be available from your quick settings. So what I'm going to have you do is just go through all of these quick shortcuts that are available in here and drag them into the actual quick panel right here so they're available for you. And then also what you can do is go through these, tap and hold on them, and then rearrange them. So put the things you use most often closer into the beginning and just reorganize everything to your own liking. And then when you hit done, you can see that all your most important stuff will be right there. And then if you scroll down, you have all the next stuff. And then if you scroll over, everything that's a little bit less important or things that you use less often should be further away into those settings page. So definitely go ahead and set these up to your liking. All right, guys, next we're going to go into our phone's settings. We're going to go to notifications. We're going to go to app notifications and go through this whole entire list of these are going to have all of your applications on your phone, and disable whatever applications you don't care about notifications for, because if you leave all of these enabled, you're going to get spammed every single day with hundreds and hundreds of notifications from all of these different applications. So go through here and just disable whatever notifications you don't care about. You can see that I've gone through this whole entire list and I'm only getting notifications from the apps that I actually care about. All right, guys, back into the phone settings. This time we're going to go to modes and routines, and then we're going to go to the routines tab right here, and we're going to create a new home routine. You can see I already have one right here, but obviously if you have a new phone, you're not going to have this right now. So what we're going to do is tap this plus icon, and we're going to create a routine that will keep your phone unlocked when you're at home. So what we're going to do is tap here under the if section, and we're going to search for Wi-Fi. And then we're going to select Wi-Fi network. We're going to say connected, and then we're going to add our Wi-Fi right here. So I'll select my Wi-Fi. Then we're going to tap done. And then we're going to go to the then section, and we're going to go into the search bar, and we're going to look for unlocked. And you can see it says right there, keep your phone unlocked. Select that and then tap save. So now what's going to happen, here you can give it a name. So I'll just leave it default Wi-Fi network. Tap done. We're going to need to verify. So we'll use our PIN. And there you go. Now we have this new routine, and you can see that it's running right now. So what's going to happen is every time our phone connects to our Wi-Fi, it is going to keep our phone unlocked. You no longer have to put your fingerprint or your Face ID or your PIN. It will just stay unlocked. And if you want to see some other cool routines you can create, I'll leave a link to a video in the description below that I already made about some of the other cool routines that you can create. So definitely go ahead and check it out. Next, let's go back into our phone settings. We're going to scroll down to battery and device care and then tap on battery. And then we're going to scroll down to the bottom. We're going to go to more battery settings. Then go to performance profile and select whether you want a standard performance profile or a light performance profile. You can see that the standard one will balance between processing speeds, battery life, and cooling efficiency, while the light one will prioritize battery life and cooling efficiency over processing speed. So if you want to have a longer battery life and have your phone last longer through the day, you definitely want to select the light performance profile. But if you like to game, don't worry, because you can see right here, it says this setting does not apply to games. Your phone will use all of its resources, all of its GPU power to properly play games and give you the best gaming experience. And then once you're done playing, it will just go back to a light performance profile and prioritize battery life going forward. I honestly have been using light profile on my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra for months, and I have noticed no slowdown, no problems with RAM management, no issues with applications or anything using the light performance profile. So I definitely really like this feature for preserving some battery life while still maintaining really good performance on your phone. All right, guys, now the last thing we're going to do is swipe up on our screen and you will see all of the applications that live on your phone. So every application that you've installed, they're all going to be here. And the way Samsung organizes this is an absolute mess. It's impossible to tell what's where. I think the way it works is any application that you download last goes to the end. But if you're looking for something, it's just kind of hard to find it in this mess. So what we're going to do is improve on this by going to these three dots up here, tap sort, and then go to alphabetical order. And now everything just makes sense. You'll be able to find whatever application you need just by the first letter, looking through it in an alphabetical order. And I think that's just a much better way to organize things than the default way that Samsung does it. But there you go, guys. That is going to do it for this video. I know it was a long one, so thank you for sticking through it with me. I hope you enjoyed this video and you implemented some of the things I told you about. If you know any other useful settings that you think others would like to know about, be sure to leave them in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for future videos to come, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.